So this inspection, because our office, as most of you must be aware, it is a monitoring body for the implementation of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act, the various provisions that are under the Act in the states, so it is there in all the states. So it is our responsibility to work with the government, to push the government where necessary, the government authorities, the other agencies, even the private sector, for the implementation of the various provisions. And accessibility, of course, is one of the most important provisions that are there. Accessibility of the physical environment, accessibility of communications, information, then accessibility of the transport system. All these things are, all these various aspects of accessibility. These are some of the most important provisions. We can talk about inclusive education, we can talk about political participation, since we are here in the Assembly Complex today, political participation of persons with disabilities, then equal opportunities in employment and other income generating activities, which historically the persons with disabilities, the disabled community, they are always left behind, they are not counted in so many areas of life. So this is what we are talking about, the rights of persons with disabilities. But even though we may keep on talking about these various rights of persons with disabilities, the first thing is accessibility. If there is no access, into the physical building, for example, today we are going to just take a quick look at the various accessibility facilities in the Assembly Complex, So if we talk about, for example, inclusive education, the education of our children with disabilities, but if the classrooms are not accessible, if there is no accessible toilet where they can use, which they can use, then there is no point talking about inclusive education, because they cannot get into the school building as such. So accessibility becomes one of the most, in order to make sure that the rights of persons with disabilities are not being violated, that they, all these things are being implemented properly. We have to ensure that access is there into all these kinds of facilities. So the various government departments, the various government agencies, first of all, and even as I said earlier, even the private sector, to make sure that all these provisions of the Act, of the RPWD Act, are being implemented properly. And of course, I just want to mention also that the state government has been very cooperative. They have been working with us, but our state, because of the neglect in the past, of the disability sector, in the past there was so much neglect that, we have a lot of work to do still, a long way to go in various areas of, life. And in the government sector also, we have a long way to go. And of course, the Assembly Secretariat, they have already taken some steps. I'm also aware of that. I was here, last time when they inaugurated the ramp, the lift, and things like that. So those are very, we do appreciate all that, whatever steps are being taken by the authorities. We appreciate all that. But even at that time, I was saying, one portion of the complex is, partially accessible now, but we would like to see the entire complex, because this is such a high profile, a very important public space, and we would want our disabled community also to be participating in all the activities that are going on here. We have gone around to various sections of the complex and have made several observations. Now, with regard to this NLA complex, they have already taken some steps earlier, and as you all can see, all of us, we are walking around together. So accessibility is so much better than in some other departments, some other office buildings, isn't it? I'm sure you all can notice also, as I was just commenting earlier, even the hallways, the corridors are big and spacey where it is good. It's for us to move freely around, that is good. So those kind of things are there. But one thing is, in the assembly hall, as you all have seen together with me, the area, the sitting area inside the hall where the representatives sit and do the proceedings of the assembly, whatever needs to be done. All those areas are completely inaccessible. So that is one very, I think, important observation where they need to take action in that. And then, of course, the accessible toilets, which I have been stressing again, in this huge complex, there is not even a single accessible toilet. So we are talking about staff members who may need such kind of toilets. We are talking about visitors who come to visit them for any work, who need, who will require accessible toilets. Then we have members. We want, we are looking forward to political participation of disabled people is so important. We are pushing for that, and very soon we hope to see members of our assembly also, disabled people becoming members of our assembly, representing our people, in various representing our people. So all those are for everyone, for all, we need accessible toilets, and in such a huge complex that there is not even a single accessible toilet, it's a shame, So that is one thing that I have already recommended as we walked around. But those are things that we will be, of course, officially, giving an order and directives and recommending to the Assembly Secretariat to take action on.
Nagaland TV, Sob Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 994 in Global Chapter, and Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 138 on Hornbill Digital. For all news and updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter.